Today we're going to learn the halachas, two halachas, the two mitzvahs in the Torah, midaraisa. One is loy sikam, and one is loy linter. We're not allowed to revenge, and we're not allowed to hold ill feeling, even if we don't revenge against somebody. So that's the halacha. It's very easy halacha, it's kimat straightforward, everything. Not much of discussion about it. However, it's the most difficult halachas to practice, because it's a human nature. You want to sometimes punish somebody that he hurt your feeling or did something to you, or if you don't want to hurt him or punish him, at least sometimes you want to keep it in mind what he did to you. Torah tells you both of them are not right. Again, it's very, very high standards that the Torah demands from us. Now, so lagabe loy sikoim, we're not allowed to do the kama to revenge. So the example the Gemara brings, if somebody came, you went to somebody to ask to borrow from them a shovel, and they told you, I'm sorry, we don't want to give it to you. Then later on, they came to you with the same request. They said, we want to borrow a shovel from you. And you said, no, you didn't give it to me last time. Why would I give it to you? You're not allowed to do that. He didn't give it to you, but you have to give it to him. It's not to revenge. Now, then that's lo sikum. Lo sintor, somebody, you went to them and said, please borrow me a shovel. They didn't give it to you. They come to you, you said, yeah, no problem, I'll give it to you. And you said to him, I'm not like you. You didn't give it to me, but I'm giving it to you. That's called linter, meaning you remember what they did and you're keeping it in your heart, and it's not right. You have to mamash forget about it. So the way the poskim bring, it's not only you should not say this, don't even keep it in mind, forget about it. You should mamash machshova, don't even, that's part of what we spoke about, the union of not thinking negative of somebody, even the machshova. Erase it completely. Again, the Torah demands very high demand from us that we should go with a clean heart, not keeping any ill feeling, and it's not only good for them, for you. If you don't walk with the luggage with a lot of bad feelings, you'll be healthier mentally. Anyway, one of the halachas why the shalol linkoim. So there's two different things that were offered to make it easy. Because, like I said, human nature is very difficult. You want to remember, you want to revenge, you want to get even out with somebody. So what to think to help you to forget about what they did to you. So there's two offers over here. One is from the Rambam. The Rambam says why you should not be noikem. He said like this. Meaning don't say go mida connected mida. He did this to me, I did this to him. It says I'll call divrei ha'olam. No matter what they did to you, it says it's appropriate for you to forget about it. Why? How could you do that? Shakol etzel mevinim, by people that understand life, divrei hevel v'havai. It's all not worth it. If you look at it, the life, what's the big deal? He insulted me, he didn't give me what I want. It's all divrei hevel. It's not important. The minute you play down the whole inyan ha'olam hazeh, the Meile says it's not ve'enan kedai linkam alem. It's not. It doesn't pay. He says. They say about the Kotzker Rebbe, he says this whole world is not worth a krecht, he says. It's not even worth to make a krecht of this world. I mean, if you come to this realization that the Rambam writes, it's divrei hevel v'avai, all this, it's a small stuff. People don't know small stuff. Oh, you remember this little stuff thing he did? He said, it's too small to remember. That's how you have to play down the whole world in Yonim Agashim. It can less bother you. That's according to the Rambam. It's in Hilchas Des, the end, for example, Hilchas Des. The Sefer HaChinuch has a different take on it. It's more what the Sefer HaChinuch says. It's more already. The Alter Rebbe mentioned this in Geras HaKodesh. It's more more philosophical. It's like this. Well, it has based in halacha too. We're going to see in a minute. It's like this. Whatever happening to you, bad or good, Hashem send it to you. That's all from Hashem. Good or bad, it comes from Hashem. Odom miad ish ochiv lo yedova bilti rotzen Hashem baruch hu. Whether it come to you from the person, from the world, from the nature, coming something to you, good or bad, without the will of Hashem would not come to you. How can? Chitzarei or yachivei odom. When somebody agonizes you, he hurts you. Yeda ben afshoy kavanoisov gormu. You should know. It's not the person, he's not initiating this. It's your own averus initiated this. Hashem is baruch gozer alav bekach, and Hashem had already a decree. You should get this pain. This would come upon you. Don't think I'm going to revenge from this man that the pain came through him. He's not the reason you're getting this. Your avedus brought this upon you. Again, that's also demands some avodah, self-realization that I'm not perfect. I have things that caused me this. Not everybody wants to, but again, even with that, that's a little bit helps, but still needs to be on a certain madrega to think this way. We're going to soon talk about inside the Shmuel. We're going to see when Shimi ben Gera cursed David HaMelech. Yoav, his general, offered him. He said, "I'm going to cut off his head." How could he speak to the king like that? We're going to see inside what he did. Shimi. David HaMelech says, "No, Hashem told him." Where did Hashem tell him? So the Alter Rebbe in Perek Chofei in the Geras HaKodesh explains, since everything is min Hashemayim, Mimele, Hashem, like he says over here, Mimele, Hashem told him to do this. It came through him, but it's Me'as Hashem, because you're Averis. When you think it that way, it makes it easier not to revenge. The man is just a funnel to deliver me the punishment. I'm the cause of this. So that's, again, according to the Rambam, it's not worthwhile.
He's the bad shliach.
Huh?
He's the bad shliach.
Right.
But it's going to happen to you anyways.
Right. So, right. So like this. So this is what again, if you think those two things, the Rambam's eitzah, to think it's hevel v'havai, all this what's happening, it's not kedai to keep it in mind, to revenge from it, or the eitzah of the Sefer Achinu, that if you know it's coming from you, it's your own averis, it makes it easier to forget and not to revenge. Okay, now there is one little problem over here. The halacha says that the Gemara in Maseches Yuma, the inyan of losikam, that's what the Minchas Chinuch points out, the inyan of losikam is only b'moment, meaning if it's a monetary inyan. If it's not a monetary inyan, if somebody hurts your feeling, so if you look at the Gemara, the Minchas Chinuch points out, over there is not shayach losikam. And here's what the Gemara in Yuma, the Gemara Daf Chav Beis Amud Beis on the bottom, the Gemara says, one of the things that the Shaul HaMelech was punished, here's the Gemara says, Omar, Rav Yehuda Amar Rami, the man and a Shaul. Why Shaul was punished? There's a lot of explanation. He lost the kingdom right away. He prolonged it for about 2 years, but right away at the beginning of it, he lost it. Mipnei shemochel al kvoidoi. Shaul HaMelech was mochel for his honor. Why? Shenemar uvnei b'lial omru ma yoshi'en ze v'yivazu v'lo yibilo mincha v'yikamachlish. Some people, when he became a king, a brand new king, someone says, who's this guy? He cannot help us with the wars that we need to do against Philistine. And they didn't bring him support, a present as a king. You bring him something as the new king. They did the opposite. They mavaza him. They put him down. Shaul HaMelech didn't do anything. And Hashem did not like this because he had to demand for his honor of Talmid Chacham, the honor of the king. He had to demand. They should not speak like this. See, because of that, the Gemara says, "Vayal nochash amoini vayichan al yovesh gilad." It came to him because he was moichel for his honor. They say like this: "Kol Talmid Chacham she'ena noitem v'noiter k'nochash ena Talmid Chacham." Yeah, he's not because you have to. But the honor of Torah, if somebody insulted you, you have to be noitem v'noiter. Okay, the Gemara now goes to it. Lechad says lasikam v'lasita. The Gemara says the whole b'moment. Lasikam is b'moment. Yeah. Then the Gemara brings what we just mentioned with the shovel business. Then says the Gemara like this. V'tzara the guf aloi. So according to you, if somebody agonized you physically or emotionally, a lot with money, shovel is enough money.
Even by money, you can take him to court.
We're going to talk about it in a minute. Now we're talking about v'tzara lo sikam. So the Gemara says, what do you think? V'tzara the guf, you don't have to be moichel. V'atanya, we'll learn the brayse. In many places, this brayse mentioned, "An elovim v'enam oilvim, shoymim cherposam v'enam meshivim, oisim me'ava b'snechim b'surim, aleim akosov oimer v'yohavav k'ses hashemesh b'gvorosoi." So l'choyre, mashma from this, that if somebody embarrassed you, if somebody insulted you, and you don't answer him, if you have this madrega of not to answer, you're going to be like shemesh b'gvorosoi, when the sun's going to shine, so you're going to be strong like the sunshine. Yeah? Losid lovoi. You're going to show you have a big koiches in you. So the mashma from here, even that Brisa talks about not monetary problem, talks about somebody hurt you in words, somebody insulted you. The Gemara answers, so how come we would demand from Shaul HaMelech, we said he lost his kingdom because he was not moiche for his honor. L'choira, he did what says over here, to be moichel, to forgive even for such a thing. The Gemara answers, l'olam denokit lebelibe. Okay. The Gemara like that. Meaning of this, he himself should not revenge. Like Shaul HaMelech. But what was the problem then with Shaul HaMelech? Talmid Chacham, in this case also, we're not going to talk about this, the chelek of the king now. It's a little bit different. We're going to talk about in a minute the chelek of the king. A Talmid Chacham should have at least keep it in mind. They did something to me. When someone else is going to come and revenge for my behalf, on my sake, I should let it happen. I should not do it myself, but I should not forget this. They insulted him. The Gemara says the Choyre. The meaning, if he came to ask for mechila, yes, I should forgive him. If he didn't ask for mechila, and he insulted the Talmid Chacham, you don't revenge, but keep it in mind. And Shaul HaMelech didn't want to do that. People want to come to revenge for him, for his behalf, He says, no, don't forgive them. That was wrong. Okay, Lamaisa like this. Very good. I'm gonna go to it right now. Very good. Okay, so the question is like this now. If we know that that the whole union of Nekima is not Shayach by feelings, it's only by moment, and that's why Shaul HaMelech was punished. That's one of the reasons. There's a few reasons of that. One of the he was punished. Very good question. David HaMelech, the Choyre.
He did it also.
Huh?
He took the cut later.
Not woman.
Oh,
Later
yeah,
he did
very
it.
good. So later on, but how come he didn't do now? It was.
It's not for him. It's for the Melucha. It's for
So why did he forgive right now for the Melucha? So Adrab, he was a Melech and Talmud Chacham. What?
He didn't punish him.
What? Later he got.
Yeah, but hold on, one second. You're right. At the end he punished him. Minchas Chinuch said at the end he punished him, but why right now he was moichel him? But why right now? Especially over here also, Yoav offered, I will go, I'll cut off his head for you, because he was when read inside, he was very, very disrespectful to David HaMelech. Hear what he says. Wow, it was stoning him. The Gemara like this. ובו המלך דוד עד בחורים, he came to a place called בחורים, והנה משום איש יוצא ממשפחת בית שאול, ושמו שימי בן גרה, יוצא ומקלל. He was cursing David HaMelech out, ויסקל ועוונים as David, as called עבדי המלך David. בכל העולם וכל הגילים הבינו בשמאלה. The whole entourage going with David HaMelech, he's cursing David HaMelech, cursing them out, and he's stoning them. So it says over there, it says over here what he even said, very, very distant. Vayomer Avishai, I'm sorry, I said it was Yoav, it's Avishai. Vayomer Avishai ben Tzruya el HaMelech. That was his brother of Yoav. Lomo yikala lakelev hamesaz es Adoni HaMelech. So why are you letting this dead dog to curse you? To curse the king, he says. Compared to David HaMelech, called him the dead dog. Ebron of Asira es Resha. Permit me, he says, I'll go there, I'll cut off his head. So what David HaMelech answered him? Mali v'lochem ben Tzruya ki yikalel. Hashem HaMelech is David. To me, Yomar Madua Sisaken. Says, what you need to stand up for my honor? Says, Hashem told him to do that. Okay, so the question is like this. Yeah, Hashem told him, that's what exactly where the Sefer HaChinuch take this. If you take it like this, everything coming from Hashem, you'll be less angry. So David HaMelech is from Hashem. Yeah, but with the Choyre, it's nothing to do with the money. It's not monetary. It's Ta'ar B'Gufoi, the Choyre, and somebody wants a revenge for you. That's what the Gemara talks about. How come David HaMelech was not punished for it? So one of the answers that the Minchas Chinuch give, that moment he was not a king, he says. Because he was in between, because that was the time of the revolution. Avshalom wanted to kick him out. Since he wasn't a king, he was not halacha. But that doesn't answer. What about Talmud Chacham? That was the Talmud Chacham. What happened to that part of it? Why didn't he revenge on Talmud Chacham? Oh, so the emphasis is like this. The way the Meforshim bring, that David HaMelech knew that this is all coming to him, that he's that Avshalom rebelling, and this coming to him because the Aveira he did with Bathsheba. And that's what the Nosan HaNovi came to him after the Avei. Ka'omar Hashem, Hineni mekim alecha roa mi beitcha. I'm going to bring you a roa from your house. And David knew that already came through this nevuah of Nosan HaNovi. And here's Avshalom in Beitcha. It's his son rebelling against him. So he thought, if that's Hashem wants to make me kapora, a big kapora from him out. Could you imagine? David HaMelech, a big Talmud Chacham, a king, and is coming with his crew with him, and somebody cursing him out and stoning him. David says, let it be kapara. The whole thing is a kapara. That's part of the kapara. And furthermore, I wanted to add to it, even over here, the kapara at Shuas HaMishkal. Why? Because part of what happened, this whole case with Bathsheba, Uriah Achiti, the David HaMelech, the Gemara goes through it, that the Uriah Achiti was Chaim because Moired B'Malchus. What was the Uriah Achiti Moired B'Malchus? It says over there, when David HaMelech asked him to go home that day, he says, Vayomer Uriah el David, Ha'aron v'Yisrael v'Yudishim b'Sukkos, meaning they're fighting. V'Adoni Yoav v'Avda Adin al Pnei HaSodeh. The Gemara says he called in front of the king, David HaMelech, the general Yoav, v'Adoni Yoav. In front of the king, he don't say my master Yoav. He's the master, it's just the king. Doesn't moired b'malchus. Okay, he couldn't moichel such a thing. He didn't do it b'mezid. He was a good guy. He didn't want to enjoy his life and go home, take a shower and eat because everybody fighting. I'm going to be going back to the fight. But since David HaMelech, that was his the heter al pi halacha to consider him moired b'malchus. Now David HaMelech says this is a bigger moired b'malchus. Let's give him a tshuva for this. This Shimei ben Gera, he's a real moired b'malchus, but now it's part of this. If this whole thing is part of the kapora of David HaMelech, the Avshalom rebelling, and he's cursing, he's the real. This time I'm going to let him go because it's my kapora. But later on, it told Shlomo HaMelech to revenge. Lamaisa, just summarize this halacha. Lamaisa, it's like this.
Even in Yanni feelings, it's Hashem Amar Lo Kamel.
Right. Oh, so very good. Very good.
All HaKoyes Ki Lo Yeved Avodas
Very
Zarah.
good, sir. I'm going to bring this down, but there's one thing is important to remember of it. It does not mean if somebody owes you money that you have to forget about. No, so the Alter Rebbe says clear. It talks about on this Inyan, the Kol HaKoyes, Kol HaKoyes, the reason for it, why somebody bekas, the about Shem Tov, Ki Lo Yeved Avodas Zarah, V'atam muvan lo yedeh bino lefishu be'es ka'asoi, when a person is angry, nistalke memeno emunah. The emunah flew away from a person. Kilo yamamim. If it would be emunah shleima, Hashem es havaya hoyso zois. If you would believe Hashem sent this to him, coming from Hashem, the people just funnel, it ghosted, they just sluch him. The male lo yabekas klal. He would know Hashem sent him. It's my own averus, like says the Sefer Achinuch. And he says, meaning it does not. It does not patters the person for whatever damage he did. He mechuyev to pay for it. That you could go to Beis, to go to court, whatever, get your money what he owes you. But the feeling part, that's what he says. The feeling part that you should not hold against
Same
him.
thing as feelings for somebody.
It says, if you believe that, it's like this. So it's very simple. I mean,
It's for covet. Tell me the Chachamim you have to take.
yeah, but
That's-
even
but not because of you.
right.
Not
Cover that
the way
toilet,
it's
right. So no, but okay. So again, so David HaMelech l'choire, he did not do that. Why didn't he ask for the cover that Talmid Chacham? Because l'choire he looked that poem. It was my kapora. That's why he didn't do it. But Lamaisa, normally for if somebody gonna revenge for your honor of the cover that Torah, then you're allowed to do it. Lamaisa like this. Like I said, that's a very simple, straightforward mitzvah. You're not allowed to revenge. You're not allowed to remember, to forget what a person did to you. Again, not to forget that if he owes you some money, that you could go to the base and get your money. But the ill feeling should not be there. But Lamaisa, it's very simple, but it's very difficult mitzvah to do. And whoever does this mitzvah is really in a high level. That's a very, very high level. Hashem demanding from us not to revenge and even forget what the person did bad to us. Okay.